Live. I don't know if I'm live. Now I'm live. Good morning, wow, ladies. Brr. Hi. Happy coffee and biz chat for your Thursday morning. For those of you who don't know me, I am Michelle Andrishak. I'm the CEO and founder of Wow, this great community that you have joined. Wow, we have close to 3,200 people in this group representing 56, 58 countries. So I'm stoked that you're here. So I really appreciate that. And so Thursday mornings, I come on live, talk a little bit about business and business building while I have my morning coffee. Good morning. Someone's joined me. So, hi, give me a shout out. Tell me that you're here. What are you drinking this morning? It is freaking cold in Rocky Mountain House, Alberta, where I live. It's like feels like minus 40 something. But, it feels like if I go outside, I'm going to freeze my face off. That's how it feels. So I'm drinking my coffee and it's hot, hot, hot. And I've got my favorite nice warm shawl on. Good morning. Yeah, what's in your cup? I got a little, see that? A little almond bliss in my coffee cup. And Kendra's doing the just water so far. So it is chilly out there. So here's cheers, ladies. Thanks for joining me. Hi, good morning, Christy. Drinking out of my Wonder Woman cup because I think we all need superpowers to run our businesses. Anyway, good morning from Calgary. Nice to see you here. If you're from anywhere in the world, give me a shout out. Tell me where you are. What are you drinking in your coffee cup this morning? Irene's going hot coffee straight up. Oh, yeah, I hear you. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about teaching. I'm going to tell you a story because, I like to be a bit of a storyteller. So here's probably something that you didn't know about me. Before I took business in university like eons ago in Australia, where I'm originally from, shout out to Southern Cross University in Lismore, New South Wales. Hey, that's right. It was my favorite campus. And there's probably still, a few conversations happening on a Friday night about that. So, hang on one second. My phone's going off. Does that ever happen when your phone goes off in the middle of a conversation? Anyway, I want to tell you a story because one of my many career ideas when I was growing up was I wanted to become a teacher. I was oh my gosh, I so wanted to become a teacher because I loved English. I loved English in high school. I love ancient history. Like we're talking emperors and Rome and ancient Greece and all of that. I so wanted to become an ancient history English high school teacher. There's many things. Like, what did you, before you started running your business, put it in the chat. What did you want to be when you were a young whippersnapper? What did you want to be when you grew up? For those of you, here's a shocker. When I was in like grade 3, because I went to a Catholic primary school or elementary school, you would put here, I wanted to become a nun. Can you believe it? In grade 3, I wanted to become a nun. And then when I was, I guess, in grade 10, my brother was a part of the Royal Australian Air Force. He was a flight engineer for like 30 some years. And I so idolized my brother. In fact, I still do, but don't tell him. Good thing he's not in this group. Anyway, he sat me down and said, Shelley, that's what my family calls me, Shelley, not Michelle. Here's what you're looking at career-wise in the Air Force. And you know what? That didn't really appeal to me. So that went off the books. And then I really wanted to be a teacher. Angela wanted to be a police officer. We've got a potential. Funny how, the desires of your heart just come around for you. They just come around for you. And here I sit. I wanted to be a teacher. And I'm not teaching ancient history, which I'm a little sad about. But I'm teaching business. I became a teacher. Who knew in the end that I would have the credentials to teach so anything and be an entrepreneurial trainer? Who knew? And yet, you know what? Life just has this magic of giving you the desires of your hearts, and it's just incredible. But I want to teach you about teaching today, because our topic today of this conversation is stop preaching, start teaching. So, oh, Robin was going to be a nun too. Yeah, Robin, I don't know where we were getting the nun idea from, but we did. So let's talk about teaching, not preaching. That might be filtering in from my once upon a time Catholic influence. But hang on, let's all take a sip of coffee while I get into the real subject. So, we all know that from a sales and marketing perspective, preaching no longer works. Preaching is that spammy stuff that you see, like people throwing on social media, like buy my stuff, you should buy my stuff. You see it all the time. But we don't even know what the stuff is, let alone have the know, like, and trust to actually move into a transaction and buy it. So, that's what I call the preaching style of marketing. Has anyone ever been preached to? Like, did you ever have parents or a mom or a dad who would just like preach at you and say, you shouldn't be doing this and you should be doing that and you should, it's just like, was that just me, or did any of you wonderful 14 ladies watching me having coffee this morning, like, did you ever have someone preach at you? Give me a yes in the comments. Like, have you ever had someone just like, and have you, the preaching type of selling technique? It almost feels like, if you've gone to one of those condominium type sales presentations, it's like, you should buy this stuff and you only have 30 minutes to decide. All of those things. And it feels horrible as a recipient of that kind of preaching selling technique. If it feels horrible. I don't know. And it also feels horrible if, I get into some of my old ways and do it myself. So one thing I want to remind you is, when you are selling your products and services, look at a teaching methodology versus a preaching methodology, because there is a difference. We've been so blessed in this world of technology that we can teach people so easily. You can teach people how you are using the product that you sell in your own life. You can host a Facebook Live once a week and teach people. Maybe you sell, health products or shakes, or maybe you're a nutrition coach, or, teach me how you're practicing what you're preaching. Teach me. For me, I showcase my favorite business books all the time. So I'm always learning something new about business. And what products do you have that you can teach me about? I mean, Angela's here from the amazing world of Pigtopia. Teach me about what a virtual tour would look like. We have such amazing digital technology at our fingertips. Sometimes the only person standing in our way is our own mind of, oh, I won't look good on camera, or all of this. But this is the world where, in order to build know, like, and trust, you got to stop preaching. You got to stop saying, sell, buy my stuff. Here's my products, or here's my service. Just buy it. You have to teach people first to build know, like, and trust. Hi, Lorraine. Oh my gosh, Lorraine's here all the way from Southern Alberta. I love you. I miss you. Thanks for joining. Preaching. Thanks for hanging in there with me, ladies. So we've all been, and we all know what the preaching style of sales is. And it's horrible, and it's spammy, and it just feels yucky on both ends of the spectrum, whether you're just throwing it out and expecting, like, do you really expect, if you private message me and say, hey, I just got into this new direct sales company that I'm just going to buy it. Teach me how I can use it. Teach me why I need it. Teach me what are the results of engaging with your services. What do I walk away with? Not just the experience, but if I'm laying on your massage table, then when I get up from the massage table and I walk away, over the next couple of days, how will I benefit from the massage over the long term? What will it do for me? Will it help me bring my shoulders down away from my ears because I'm at my computer all the time? Or is it you have nutrition coaching services? Well, then the end result is I feel good about how I look, how I eat, and how I feel. So teach me something. Don't preach at me. So yeah, Lorraine says, yeah, her favorite. She hears from someone for the first time in 10 years and is like, yo, but what's up? Buy my stuff. Who wants that? So here's a couple of tips on how you teach people. First of all, maybe what you do is you showcase how you use your own products in your own life. And you put pictures on social media or on your website, or you do videos of, if you sell stuff, how are you using it in your own life? Because how can you expect me to understand how to use it in my life if I can't see how you are using it in yours? So that's number one, showcase how you're using the product and service in your own life. You can do this if you're a bookkeeper or an accountant. You can say, hey, I'm sitting down at a Sunday and I've got my coffee and I'm doing my taxes. Why am I doing my taxes in February? Because I don't want to wait till April and get penalized and have all these fees. So when you think about how, no matter what you do, maybe if you're a massage therapist, you are showcasing how you're going to somebody else, how you trade massages and why you practice what you preach. So in the teaching, you're practicing what you're preaching without actually preaching. So that's number one. Show me how you integrate your product and service into your life. Number two is demonstrations. Yay, Kelsey's in the house too. This is great for you, Kelsey. Demonstrations of how to use the product. Like, sometimes we have the most amazing, okay, I'm going to date myself. When I went to university, Southern Cross University in Australia, and did my Bachelor of Business, because that was the only university close by where I lived that, offered something that I would be interested in doing, because I couldn't afford to go to the university that offered the high school teaching degree. Sad, but true. So life pivoted and I went into business, and here I am today. So, what was my point? Hang on. Everyone sip your coffee while I find my point. Catch up with you, Lorraine. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for being awesome, because you are. So secondly, here we go. When I was going through university and taking my marketing and finance and accounting degree, because I have multiple majors under one degree, I was a keener. All we had was print media, radio, and TV. And you know what the best was to convey emotion and engage your customers? It was TV. But TV commercials were so dang expensive. No one could afford it. The cheapest thing was putting something in the newspaper, and that may or may not work, or putting something on the airwaves through the radio. But you better be quick to catch them with a catchy jingle, otherwise you'd lose them. So guess what we have here, ladies? In our hot little hands, right here, we have the opportunity to do the best marketing in the whole wide world. We have an opportunity here to have our own TV commercial. And you can shoot it in your hand. You can get over yourself, like I had to get over myself to show up on camera today. And start teaching people how to use your product. So even if you own a coffee store, You know what? Show me how to make your favorite coffee. Why should I come to your coffee store? What's your favorite? Give me a virtual tour with this in your hand. With this in your hand, you can give me an insider's perspective on how to use your product or what an experience with you would look like. You could use this to get great testimonials. I've talked about that before. But the second part in the teaching methodology, first is don't preach. I'm just so over it. And then secondly is demonstrate how you use your own product and service in your own life. And then teach me through video on your phone. And it's free to do. Like, I'm not paying anybody to get online with you today. I'm just showing up with my little, webcam, and away we go. So it costs me no money to be here and teach you something. So you can give me a virtual tour and you can repurpose that again and again. You can give me a product demonstration, maybe a once a week cooking class if you offer herbs and spices. How do we use it? What do I do with it? All of these things. So that's the second way of teaching. And then the last way of teaching is to have your army of advocates teach for you. So again, I talk about getting those customer reviews, making sure maybe you can just say, hey, what's your experience with, being with me today? Or even if you're a mortgage broker or a real estate agent, you can still capture at the end of a showing or an end of a meeting, what's your experience working with me today? That's the number one question. You would never say, give me a testimonial, because that's yucky. You want to say, what's your experience? And they'll tell you, they'll love on you. So that's what I wanted to share with you today in my 20 minutes of my weekly Coffee and Biz Chat is, please stop preaching. Please stop preaching and start teaching. Start teaching why I should buy your product. How do you use it in your life? And how do you showcase other people using it? Give me a virtual tour of what an experience is. Give me a test drive of what me using one of your services would be like. And do it visually, because you all know that. You all know video is the king on social media. And if you're using social media as your main marketing tool, you've got to be using video. So with that said, thanks, Irene. I appreciate that. I'm going to wrap up, I promise. Irene says, congrats on my nomination. Thank you so much. I so appreciate that. Yeah, I've been really blessed with multiple awards in my career as a business teacher. As a coach and a consultant and a trainer. But the latest one absolutely freaking gobsmacked me. So RDC, I've been nominated for RDC's Women Entrepreneurs, Canadian Women Entrepreneurs Woman of Influence Award, which is just like, I can't even believe it. I mean, me sitting in Little Rocky Mountain House, going live every Thursday, me. They think I'm a woman of influence. That's freaking amazing. So, Irene, thanks for the congratulations. I appreciate that. So, with that said, today, ladies who are watching this, if you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay so I know you've been here. I love the fact that we had this time to get together. I'm here every Thursday morning having coffee at 8:30 in the morning. Coffee with you and talking a little bit about business. So today we spoke about teaching versus preaching. Kelsey, yeah, I'd love to work with you. Kelsey said she thinks it's time to have a one-on-one session. Absolutely, Kelsey. You know what? I'm going to put a link underneath your comment so you can book it when you want it. So I'll put a link there for a one-on-one session with you. If you want an hour with me, then I'll make it easy for you. You can jump on my calendar and book it. Hi, Ann. Thanks so much for being here. Remember, ladies, as I wrap up today, be productive. Don't be busy. Busy equals stress and procrastination in your business. It's like, oh, I'm so busy. Means you don't have control of the situation. Means that's stressful. Be productive, because productivity equals success. And know the difference between being busy and productive. There is a difference. Anyway, with that said, that's a wrap for me today. Remember, in the next coming weeks, see how you can teach people about your products and service rather than preach at people. And cheers. Thanks for joining me for Coffee Chat. Mwah! I'll see you next week. Bye for now.